What's up, Simmers? This is Cat Takes the Ladder for my first speed build. So as you can see, I'm just currently building sort of what I wanted the shape to look like. So it kind of looks like an L. And then I've built a front porch and a back porch. You want to put a ceiling on top of that. And then this is where it gets interesting, was the roof. So I was building this off of a Pinterest build, and it was really quite difficult at first to sort of get it the way I wanted without the roof looking so tall. And as you can see, it was clipping quite a lot there. So you'll see me fiddle with the controls a little bit and try to alt control it so that I could not clip it. But as you can see, I didn't really figure that out. So if anyone has any suggestions, please do let me know down below in the comments. I did also try to make it a tiny house, but it was a bit too big, so I gave up. So unfortunately, we don't get any of the great perks that come alongside with the tiny house living pack. And a good tip here is to use the cheat bb.moves objects on so that you can place the windows and things exactly where you want them to instead of just clipping to the build. And I really wanted to use those windows from Cats and Dogs, but unfortunately it was just too big, so I just ended up going with single windows and putting them side by side like that throughout the whole build, as you can see. I love the slot for gameplay, Dashhounds Creek and Brindleton Bay, but it's so annoying to build on because every time you try to like look at your building, the trees get in your way. It's very annoying. That is where the Sims 3 camera does come into play. I just went for some simple siding there to kind of make it look like a little bit like a farmhouse. I was kind of going with that white and black or white and dark brown, and then I changed my mind and switched everything to white. Windows, white door, white pillars. It just gave that clean farmhouse look, I thought. Then when I was trying to landscape, I was gonna put a stone pathway because that's what it is in the picture on Pinterest. But as you'll soon see, I do change my mind and go through some terrain tools instead. I always find landscaping really difficult for some reason. I just kind of put the same plants over and over again. So you'll see me kind of use a few different styles of plants here. I was just kind of putting what I thought looked cool, basically. And then I just kind of made a little enclosure with some rocks, kind of what my mom does in real life, so looks kind of cool. Yes, that's when I changed my mind about the use of the stone. It just looked too perfect, in my opinion, so excuse me, I did just change it to some terrain style, and I pretty much always use this one. I don't know why. I just liked the kind of rounded look I could give the path, and then I made a little driveway, some dirt. It just makes it look a little bit more realistic to have the sort of garden soil. I wanted that little barrier there to the back there. I'm quite pleased with how that turned out. So this is the inside layout. So as you can see, I'm just building the kitchen now using my absolute favorite kitchen counters, which are from the Parenthood pack, of course. Absolutely my favorite. I use them all the time. Same with that stove. So I'm just putting these lights in just so that you can see what I'm doing. I just love the look of them. Like, I want those in my real house. Everything just matches so beautifully. So I just sized down the microwave to make it look a little bit more realistic. I find the microwaves in this game to be absolutely ginormous. Yep, so just doing some decoration. I've got the debug menu open, so I'll That's where you use the BB dot show hidden objects and the BB dot live edit objects, and it opens up a whole host of other things for you to use. So it opens up all the postcards that you can get in the game, and it just looks really lived in and really, really cute, I found. I went with like a blue interior. I just thought a light blue just really fit the look of the house that I wanted to have, that little farmhouse, adorable little living, you know. I've got the laundry day pack going. I think the family that lives here is like, there's a gardener for the mom, the dad is like, you know, a lawyer maybe, so they can afford a house that it's so cute and secluded. They've got a dog, and there are 2 kids in this family. I like the idea of like twins, so I'm thinking there's twins that live here. I just really can't wait to play in this house. It took me a while to figure out what table I wanted, and then I realized I wanted the bar height table. As you can see, the living space in this house is a little bit smaller than, you know, I maybe anticipated, so fortunately I could only fit a 2-seater table, but there is the bar as well. I just thought it looked really, really cute. And it took me a while to figure out which couch I wanted, and then of course I just went back to the tiny living couch. I just thought it worked the best in this space. This is the problem with Pinterest layouts, is that it looks amazing on Pinterest. The floor plan looks absolutely amazing, and then you go to put it in the game and it just does not work the way you want it to. But I'm still gonna do it. The tiny living pack is great for a little space like this because everything obviously is built for tiny living, so it just fits perfectly in that little space, as you can see. I just made a little laundry area there. Again, going with the blue theme. So this is the master bedroom. I'm just trying to figure out the kind of aesthetic that I wanted to go with. Did I want wallpaper? Did I want paint? And as you can see, I obviously did go with paint, and I went with like a light green kind of color to keep in with that whole country vibe that I was going for. Dressers, I was really picky. I was trying to make it look interesting, and then I figured out that that one would work perfectly. Going with lights is always really hard for me, just finding like the perfect light to fit the room. That sort of looks more realistic. Just making it look a little bit more lived in and cute. So this is where I'm starting to sort of look for a bookshelf and try to figure out which one works the best. And I figured a wall shelf would work. And now I'm moving into the kids' room and trying to make it look symmetrical. I just like the idea of matching furniture. I just think it looks a little bit too strange if it's not matching. And that room divider just, I think, makes it a little bit, again, more realistic for if you're sharing rooms. Not that I've ever shared rooms, so I have no idea, but that's kind of the vibe I was going for, is that, you know, the twins get along, but, you know, they want their own space. Absolutely love that little doctor set. I just think it's so much fun. Again, I've got the debug menu on, so I'm able to get things that you might not normally get in the game. So when you're building, so I put some slime there just because it builds the creativity, it builds the fun. Got a cute little desk, a little nightlight. Just trying to make the room as fun as possible with some private journals that they could use. And I've gone with kind of a more fun looking wallpaper as well. As you can see, I'm having a lot of trouble, and then I changed my mind and went just for a simple kind of off-white. If I were to do this build again, I think that I would change up the way I'm doing those pictures and just kind of put them off with each other instead of symmetrical like that. Just think it would look a little bit better. So I'm just putting up curtains and trying to figure out which one's the best work. Then the dog comes into play. I like to think of it like as a little like labradoodle or something adorable. And then I'm moving on to the outside and trying to figure out exactly what I want their backyard to look like, what I want their front yard to look like. So I'm just putting in some fencing there, again, from cats and dogs to give it that farmhouse look. And I find the gates really weird in this game. I just wish that there were more options for the different fences and things. That giant one kind of annoys me, but it's the only one that like perfectly matches. Just put a little couch there, some lights, just to make it look a little bit more family oriented. Just got some planter boxes. And I was trying to figure out what I wanted exactly for the kids, and I just kind of put the swing in the front, just thought it looked kind of cute. Our little bike there from Discovery University. And this is where I am going to play with the toy car. As you'll see, I do size it up quite a bit to make it look like a real car. Then again, I just took these from the debug menu. Then I found the actual cars from the debug menu. Just put them in there. And then that's pretty much the build. That is it. So I hope you enjoyed this. I will link this down below. It is in the gallery. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.